Yo 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 yo.
Jess will be here in a second. Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning.
You had a very interesting weekend.
I did?
I think so.
What'd I do this weekend?
Guy
cool.
named president, reached out and said you had low IQ and took a shot at you this weekend.
You wasn't wrong. What does that mean? What's that mean? I didn't even. That means the weekend was interesting.
Man. It was pretty
It
interesting.
felt like another day at the office to me.
Hey, it's pretty interesting.
We'll talk about it. We got all morning.
That's right.
Yeah, what'd you do this weekend?
I took the kids to Great Wolf Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge is an indoor water park. Went to the one in Connecticut, which has been open about 6 months now. And they got them all over the country. And kids just got a chance to enjoy. They took some friends with them. It's a long-ass drive, though. But
The Connecticut?
What?
Oh, I thought that's close.
No, it's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, anybody got no time for
Nah,
that.
I wish but when I looked at the navigation, it said 2 hours, about an hour 45. But I went during like 11 o'clock traffic. Oh my gosh, it took forever. So I'm beat. I'm tired.
Hour and a half, 2 hours, the most I could do on a drive nowadays.
Oh, man.
I'm old. I got an old niece.
Oh man, the kids enjoy themselves. That's the most important thing. So salute to everybody I seen out at Great Wolf Lodge.
I saw SummerSlam. Now SummerSlam is something I wish I would have did this weekend.
I wish I'd have went to too.
I really wish I'd have went to SummerSlam on Saturday. I had stuff to do Saturday, running around the city, but I really wish I had went to SummerSlam on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday though. They had one Sunday too. It was 2 days.
One Sunday too?
It was 2 nights.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday.
Is that much slamming going on?
Yes. Yes.
I did not know that.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. You know what? I'm not a big wrestling fan anymore. My kids don't watch wrestling like that, so it's hard to understand the characters and who. Like, they're not excited, but it looked crazy. It looked amazing at MetLife.
I grew up on wrestling. There's a lot of wrestlers that I still know. Like, one of them is going to be here this morning, Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu is going to be joining us this morning.
Yeah, he'll be here. Did he win? He lost?
He lost.
Oh, okay.
He lost to his cousin.
Well, he actually came on Friday, and we taped it Friday. We're playing it back this
Correct.
morning.
Yeah, so I think we're going to take those parts out where he talks about fighting his cousin. Yeah, so we'll get into all that in a little bit. And, of course, front page news. We got a lot to talk with Charlamagne this morning as well.
Why?
Why not?
All right.
Why not?
Sure.
Okay. Who's donkey today? Did you figure it out yet?
I haven't, actually.
No, okay.
I just sat down. I just got in here. It's Monday, man. Give me a minute. God damn, we had a whole weekend. You sit down, you just... Do what?
He said today's Barack Obama's birthday.
All right. Happy born day, Barack. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jess.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jess.
Yes.
All right, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. Let's go. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Good morning. How we feeling on a Monday?
Good.
Hey, girl.
Peace, Morgan.
Good morning. All right, love to hear that. I know everybody want to talk about Charlamagne, but I'm not going to get too much into that just yet. Like you said, you did a lot. You was in the headlines, my guy, this week. But let's talk about these Texas Dems. Okay, so Texas House Democrats have left the state in a bid to stop Republicans from advancing House maps that would give the GOP 5 more U.S. House seats and opportunities ahead of 2026. Now, the move would deny Republicans the minimum number of lawmakers needed present in order to be able to conduct legislation, also known as a quorum. Now, the move follows a marathon public hearing on the plan in the state capitol on Friday, which came less than a week after state Republican legislators proposed new maps. Now, the new map, which is aimed at adding 5 new Republican districts next year, passed on a 12-6 party line vote on Saturday. Now, that would shift the state's delegation from a 25-13 GOP majority to 30-8. Now, Democratic lawmakers argue the plan violates the Voting Rights Act by diluting Black and Hispanic voting power. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says fellow Democrats are closely watching the GOP-led redistricting effort in Texas and adds that they are backing state lawmakers who oppose it. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We're going to do everything possible to support the Texas legislators as they consider the best ways to push back. It's an all-hands-on-deck moment, and all options should be on the table to protect the people of Texas.
So basically, they fixing the fight, and Hakeem Jeffries, the only thing he can think to say is we're just closely watching the situation.
Well, yeah, but, he also, let me just disclaim, and I probably should have said this prior to the audio playing is that he did say these comments prior to the Democrats leaving the state. So them leaving the state does not come without risk, though. They could face or would face a $500 daily fine and the threat of arrest. Now, Texas State Attorney General Ken Paxton also made these comments prior to them leaving, but he suggested last week that lawmakers be locked up in the state capitol for the rest of a special session, forcing them to sleep and eat in their offices in order to get the maps passed.
What does that mean, they leaving the state? What does that mean? I don't know.
So basically, they're in order. Okay, so you need a certain amount of Democrats in order to have a quorum, which means, okay, we have a certain amount of people who are here in our Congress or, the state legislature to be able to pass a law or pass a bill or move forward with a vote. And they don't have them because they have left the state. So some of them have traveled to Chicago, and then some of them have traveled to New York. And so they don't have a quorum, so thus a vote cannot happen. So the Black Information Network, of course, we're taking.
I don't know what any of that means. I'm a low IQ individual.
When they say leave,
you don't have
I have no idea what any of that means.
That's how it begins. The Black Information Network, of course, is also watching this closely because it's not just about politics, but it's about whether Black communities can elect leaders who reflect their voice in federal decision making. So basically, Texas Democrats are trying to protect Black and brown voters, making sure that they still have a voice. It's pretty much what that boils down to. Elsewhere in other news, federal officials are investigating the former Department of Justice prosecutor who oversaw cases against President Trump. The U.S. Office of Special Counsel announced on Saturday it's investigating Jack Smith for possibly violating a law that bars federal officials from engaging in political party or attempting to influence elections. Now, Smith prosecuted 2 cases against Trump, one centering around allegations Trump tried to block former President Biden's 2020 election victory, and another where Trump was accused of mishandling classified documents. Now, neither case went to trial, and Smith resigned from the DOJ shortly before Trump's inauguration this year. But yes, so now he is under investigation for those cases that he brought against Trump.
Yeah, we knew Jack Smith was on the revenge list. I'm just shocked they just waited till August to get around to it.
Oh, you waited this long? Oh my goodness. They had to get to the Black people first. Never mind. And for you, this one's coming out of South Carolina. Charlamagne, Representative Nancy Mace is widely expected to announce her bid for governor of South Carolina today. The Congresswoman is expected to make the official announcement. Oh, okay. So, all right.
Yeah,
so
it's on our website. She announced like
this morning at the Citadel. She's holding an official event regarding that. And a poll released by South Carolina Policy Council last month shows Mace receiving 16% support from Republican identifying voters, 1 point ahead of South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson. So, yeah, there you go. Is she one of those leaders that you'd like to see maybe on the Republican side come to the forefront?
I think everyone can do whatever they want, and if Nancy wants to run for governor of South Carolina, salute to her. Let her run.
All right.
The people of South Carolina will decide.
She's been up here a couple times, right?
Nancy's been up here once.
Yeah.
That's right. Year. We know we've mentioned her a few times because she got a little rowdy with Jasmine Crockett. Yeah. But that's your front page news.
I know Nancy family. Me and Nancy went to high school together. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
You said she went to the all-boy high school too, or something.
No,
like that.
that's a college.
Military
school.
Military school. That's right.
She's the first woman to graduate from the Citadel.
It's a all-boy high school.
Crazy. Nancy gonna see you somewhere.
Get busy.
Morgan, to run down on you.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. But that's your front page news. Let me get up out of here. That's your front page news for 6 a.m., 7 a.m. We're gonna get into that Charlamagne the God headlines. Y'all, yeah, and then some. So stick around.
All right. Now, if you live in the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, they said there was a earthquake over the weekend. Did y'all feel it?
Yeah, right. Damn right. I felt it.
I was in Florida.
Yeah, I was at Great Wolf Lodge.
I texted you.
Yeah,
you
texted me
that earthquake.
And then what I said I'm not home
because I didn't know what it was at first. Like sometimes it'll be thunder or like a Mack truck will drive. I'm like, ain't no goddamn Mack trucks coming down this cul-de-sac.
So did the whole house shake, or how did it feel? I wasn't there.
It shook enough to feel it, but you just it was one of those things like, did I fart too loud? Did my stomach growl? It felt like thunder for a second. Was it a Mack truck? But I'm like, I know it wasn't no Mack truck, and it ain't raining. So what was that?
Did the kids react?
No, I was the only one that felt it, and I was on an edible too, so I really was tripping.
Oh wow, yeah. So it probably wasn't even really that impactful.
He texted me like, did you feel that?
I felt it. I was like, it had to be
trying to be gay from real far. But did you feel that? Feel what, yo? Damn.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Made it! This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm with the coach of Philly.
Hello, who's this?
This is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
I was calling because I went to see Jess this weekend, and she didn't stay for this meet and greet.
Oh, you talking about on Saturday?
Yeah, I know you was mad at us because the crowd wasn't whatever. Like, I was like, dang, like, I didn't do nothing.
No, I wasn't mad at y'all. Y'all, we both was mad at the venue. Everybody was mad at the venue. The people, me, because first of all, they started the show like 10:30. They had y'all out there waiting. You know what I mean? They were understaffed. And so I had a flight at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I wasn't about to do it, baby. I'm sorry. I wasn't about to do it, but it was a lot of issues going on. You know what I mean? But I'm glad that y'all came out. I apologize for not keeping my word and doing the meet and greet. But after a certain time, I'm like, I ain't really gonna have time to sleep. Then I gotta go home to babies. You know what that's like. So yeah, I couldn't do it Saturday.
Nah, I know. I love you, Jess.
I love you too, baby. Thank you.
Have a good one, mama.
All right.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is James calling from North Carolina.
James from the Carolinas. What up? Get it off your chest,
James.
Hey, peace. I shine, you shine. Yo, Charlamagne, man, I need you to keep your head on the swivel, bro. Any other president that mentions a celebrity's name, I'd be like, nah, whatever. But this dude is unhinged, man. And he's a fry short of a Happy Meal for real.
Fry short of a Happy Meal. You know what's funny though? It does say it does show what type of climate we're in this country, because everybody and their mama been telling me that for the last 24 hours. So it's crazy that we're in a society where if you criticize an elected official, a president, people think that you're in danger.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not just him, his MAGA crew as well. So. You know?
Yeah, he's a wild one, man. And Envy, thanks for playing that. You will know last week. You played it at the perfect time, too. I was in the gym. That gave me a nice little adrenaline boost.
One of the greatest records ever created.
Yeah. I appreciate that, though, bro.
Have a good one.
Hey, what's up with that Smith & Wesson and Mary J. remix? I love you.
I shine. You talking about that?
Yeah, man, yeah.
I got you. I'll get it on in the mix.
I love it. I appreciate it. Every week. I love it.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
This is Polo.
What's up, Polo? Get it off your chest.
So listen, I was trying to call Friday to get myself donkey of the day, but I couldn't get through. So the whole Neon situation, when the footage dropped and all that, I was commenting on blogs saying, man, they pressed that little boy too hard. But then when Jess dropped that video, boy, was I wrong. So I owe y'all an apology because I was commenting on blogs.
Damn.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you.
We know what he was saying. Yeah, his phone went out. Mr. Show Money.
What's going on, my brother? Peace. What's going on?
Peace, Show Money.
Get it off your chest, brother.
Hey, listen, man. Stephen A. Smith is out of pocket, straight up. He came at Michelle Obama because she made a comment on his show and how he conducts himself on TV. He shot back at her, and then he called President Barack Obama by his first name, then called him president. This guy's a clown. People, athletes are losing respect for him more and more every day. He's a hairdo. He's a celebrity that used to be a journalist, and he needs to be called out. And also, he needs to work. Every time that Mad Dog takes his out of this guy's mouth, he got something crazy to say. White people, he don't come at them that way. If you notice, white players, anybody white, he's very respectful. Even when you got a problem with them. When you black, it's all hands off. And Michelle is a bridge too far. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Charlamagne, I just sent you the clip so you can watch it and have your own comment. And if anybody ever deserve Ducky of the day is Stephen A. No Hairline Smith.
I'm doing Stephen A. Smith show today at noon, actually.
Damn.
Yeah, and when you do that, ask him about his car. Oh, man, listen, you on fire, Charlamagne. Yes, how are you, sis?
I'm good, baby.
I'm good. Okay, good.
I'm sure Loren will break it down and give us the full details and play the audio during her latest with Loren, bro.
I haven't seen it, but I highly doubt. I mean, it's you can't. I don't. Stephen A. Smith is not a disrespectful person to me.
I just sent it to you. It's very disrespectful. I just sent it to you when you're at the end.
I'm sure Loren will be breaking it down, though. Thank you, though. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got the latest with Loren coming up. And I'm sure Loren will be breaking down Stephen A. Smith and what he said and what Michelle Obama said.
Loren even going to be sober this morning? I seen her all outside all day yesterday. She was at Angie Martinez's barbecue till late. Then she went to party with Nyla because Nyla got a residency here in New York City at the Ritz.
Well, you know the truth. She's not here yet, but let's...
Oh, there she go.
There she go.
And she don't look hungover
as hell.
Well, we had the latest with Loren. What we talking about?
I'm tired.
I planned on talking about Diddy and Trump.
Okay. See.
How you doing today, Charlamagne?
Blessed, black, and highly favored.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said.
Always. Yo, she's so drunk right now. Yo.
Hey,
and she had a great barbecue last night.
Let me see you walk straight.
Oh, my God. I'm not drunk. I'm just tired, y'all. I went to bed at like midnight. I went to go see Nyla at the Ritz-Carlton. Angie Summer barbecue with them.
You just said.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
All right. We'll be back as the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me. LL Cool Drunk.
No. Good morning, y'all. So, beef I didn't see coming. Michelle Obama and Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. So Michelle Obama was on her podcast with the one that she does with her brother, Craig, that we've talked about up here, and she had Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers on, who co-host a podcast together, all about like culture and pop culture, right? So they were having a conversation about culture and conversations they have on the podcast, and Michelle Obama made some comments about ESPN that got Stephen A. Smith upset. Let's listen to Michelle.
If I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, it's the same drama, and they're yelling at each other, and they don't get along. Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other
he'd
talk
be a
show
great
host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
Right?
It would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, it's just sociological drama.
Let the record show, Michelle Obama never said Stephen A. Smith would make a good housewife. That was somebody else on the panel.
No, she said he's just like another talk show host.
Yes. And to be honest, if you watch the conversation in full, and this is the opening of the podcast, I don't know how people took it this way, but she wasn't being shady. She was
not at all.
She was saying that because their podcast is doing really, really well.
Drama sells reality shows. Drama sells ESPN talking head shows.
That is all she was saying. And she was talking about how people dragged her because she came out and said that she loves reality TV. And people act like she's not supposed to, but how can she not? Because, controversy and those things that they do on the show.
So she's saying there's things that y'all like that push drama and are controversial too.
100%. Yeah. So then Stephen A. Smith got, on his platform and responded to Michelle Obama. Let's take a listen to Stephen A. Smith.
Respectfully disagreed and still remain pretty salty about what you said about us. And I feel even more adamant about what your husband, Barack Obama, said when he talked to those men in Pittsburgh and implied that to not vote for Kamala is because we're engaging in some sort of misogyny. There are issues that matter to every American citizen. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. Because that side of the aisle was able to look at the left and say, look at what they'll do to win. And y'all talking about him like he's worse. And in a lot of y'all eyes, he is worse.
I heard no disrespect from either side.
Yeah, I did think that, for what she said and in the context of how she said it, I thought his response was like, it was all this necessary. But I think, he did what he does best. He did exactly what she said. He sells what he needs to say.
Every reaction is a reaction, and he didn't say anything disrespectful. He just said what was on his mind, what his opinion.
He actually went a little too deep, to be honest with you.
That's what I mean.
He went to the whole Barack thing.
I was like, whoa.
He's probably been feeling that way for a while and wanted to get it off his chest.
Yeah, because he had talked about when after Kamala Harris lost the election, he had talked about feeling like he was kind of bamboozled by the fact that he thought he had to support her because Kamala Harris is a black woman and all things. But yeah, I just thought that he took it too far. But again, to Michelle Obama's point, he's great at what he does. So people tuned in and listen.
Everybody's just selling content. That's literally what it is at the end of the day. Like Michelle Obama was speaking on her platform, and that became content. Stephen A. Smith is using that to speak on his platform, and that's content.
Well, speaking of content, Donald Trump had a conversation over the weekend about you, Charlamagne, but not about you this time. We are talking about Diddy. So he was asked
Excuse me? Explain that one, because that don't make no sense.
He had a conversation about you, but we're not talking about you right now yet. And please be careful this morning, because I just got here and I need to keep my job.
She put you in the whole Diddy conversation.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, that make no sense.
Don't say it don't make no sense. We understood that your IQ was just low.
Nobody understood that.
She just gave
you Did y'all understand what she said?
She's drunk.
Exactly.
No, I'm not.
You think you made sense just now, but you didn't. But continue.
You mad at me because your IQ is low. Okay, well, Donald Trump was having a conversation about whether or not he would pardon Diddy. Let's take a listen.
Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
Would you consider pardoning him?
Well, he was essentially, I guess, sort of half innocent.
Yes.
I don't know what they do. He's still in jail or something. But, I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great. And seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
Yeah, and it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know. It's more difficult. It makes it more. I'm being honest. It makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs.
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that could be so personal.
That makes sense.
Like, what you mean?
Like, that's like everybody's human. Like,
yeah, but I thought that the whole pardoning thing was supposed to be about like justice and who deserves it.
But I'm the one with the low IQ.
Lauren.
I just thought that it was,
keep talking. Go ahead.
I thought that it was supposed to be like that. When I listened to that, I'm like, that's so unfair.
We've seen all the people that he's pardoned before. And you think if somebody takes a shot at Trump of all people, he's going to pardon him?
What?
Well, listen, Diddy...
You take a shot at Jess. Jess, if you president, you pardon him?
No.
Yeah, it's clear. It's not even...
And if I do... I'm charging you way more than I charge everybody else. Okay?
Right.
Well,
especially if you ran your mouth about me, you know what I mean? And then we see how personal and how sensitive Donald Trump is.
Oh, we see
that. So I was already expecting. For one, I never knew that Diddy said anything crazy about him. But if I had known that, I definitely wouldn't be expecting this man to pardon him.
Diddy shouldn't be expecting that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, his team has said that, every time they hear it, it's like, it's something that they don't think is out of reach, but they don't know whether it's going to happen or not. I will say over the weekend, though, his team, they've been going back and forth in legal docs, and his team shot back at the prosecutors who are saying that Diddy needs to remain in jail until the sentencing, and they're like, y'all are reaching, y'all are targeting this man, this makes no sense. And they actually included a letter from Gina. Remember, there was victim 3 and victim 3 never showed up to court.
Yes.
Victim 3 was Gina, who was an ex-girlfriend of Diddy's. She's been, remember, she had like this, she was in the audience at the BET Awards when Young Miami had to sign. You remember there was two girls were there?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's Gina. She shot a letter and she said, I know he's made mistakes, but Judge, he's doing better. She has already come out and said that she's never been in fear for her life when it came to him. But this letter that she sent said that, their relationship had many ups and downs. They weren't perfect, but, he's getting himself together. And over the years, he's made visible efforts to become a better person to address the harm that he's caused.
Man. Jana, you was just on somebody's podcast a couple years ago talking about how you was in fear for your life because he threw a shoe at you. Like, I literally put her in Jess with the mess before with that. And now we have this statement.
Yep. Well, I mean, I don't know I don't think the letter will work, but we'll see what happens.
Once again, trouble's easy to get into and hard to get out of, boy. That's why you might as well just walk the straight and narrow, when you can.
That's right.
Okay.
It was so funny.
Right. Well, that is the latest with Lauren. Charlamagne, who you giving your donkey to at 8:04?
I don't know yet. I really don't. Y'all making a big deal about this.
I'm just asking.
I'm just over here,
I'm just
trying to
teasing.
figure things out. It's Monday.
Just teasing.
I just want some cold
If it was Tuesday, I might be a little more focused, but it's still Monday at the end of the day. Just give me a minute. I'll shake off the rust in a second.
All right.
Yeah, IQ don't work until Friday.
What you say?
Nothing.
I know you didn't. You should have just sat there saying a bunch of nothing this morning. Like, why are you talking? You don't have to talk, Lauren. Like, I know you.
All right. We got front page news coming up next, so don't go anywhere. More going to be here. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Oh, man, what's up? It's Charlamagne the God and all of the headlines. So in case you missed it and you've been under a rock or something, our very own Charlamagne the God sat down with Fox's My View with Laura Trump, and the two spoke about a number of things like media outlets having a balanced amount of guests from both political parties who you would like to see run on the 2028 presidential ticket, citing Nikki Haley and the possibility of Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart ticket, social services, feeling safe, putting money in people's pockets, and just a host of other things. Now, you also rated Charlamagne the God, also rated Trump's presidency so far. Let's take a listen to those comments in part on my View on Fox with Laura Trump.
I wouldn't give it a good rating.
Why not?
Simply because, the least of us are still being impacted the worst. Like when you look at something like, the big beautiful bill, that's something that, I'm going to benefit from because of the tax bracket that I'm in. But, there's going to be so many people that's hurt by that bill. And, anything that, takes away Medicaid from people and is going to put people in a worse financial situation than, they were previously in, I'm not for it.
Yeah, so, and then of course, you guys had a very robust conversation around that as well. Shortly after that aired, Trump, the president, posted on Truth Social, and I quote, "The very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God."
Oh my God, no.
Why he's allowed to use the word God describing himself. Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname? He went on to say he's a low IQ individual, has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth, and knows nothing about me or what I've done, like just ending 5 wars, including a 31-year bloodbath between Republic of Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have died and there was no end in sight. He didn't know that, or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border, or creating the greatest economy where prices and inflation have come all the way down, and where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden set the record for doing the worst job as president ever. But this dope Charlamagne would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala? ? Well, remember 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest country anywhere in the world. MAGA.
Got this man explaining what he doing. Damn.
So Charlamagne, you followed that up with a post on social with a series of posts and a caption that read, "Swipe left to see how correct at Miss J. Willie was on The Daily Show this past week. President Trump was better off going after Urkel, though, because he is really scraping the bottom of the black barrel coming at me. You can't go from MLK Jr., President Obama, Oprah, Beyonce, to a sleazebag named Leonard." Anyway, yes.
Leonard. It is Leonard.
It's Leonard.
It's definitely Leonard.
It's Leonard.
Leonard.
Okay. Anyway, you went on to say, "Yes, I believe there's a political coup happening in the Republican Party, and I appreciate Laura Trump for having me on My View last night to talk about that, amongst other things. Let's discuss." So, yeah, I mean, if this is how we got here, and I'm sure, you're going to get into it, you're going to address it.
Yeah, thank you, Laura Trump, for having me on My View. I enjoyed the conversation. I think it's ridiculous that The View has had 102 left-leaning guests and 0 conservatives. That is ridiculous to have a platform and only talk to people that you agree with. That makes no sense whatsoever to me. So thank you, Laura, for having me on. And I'll discuss all the president stuff in about an hour.
I will say this: I'm proud of Charlamagne, but he's always stood by what he stands with. He always gives his word. He never falls back. This is nothing new to him. He stands 10 toes down, and I always appreciate him for that. I did break up with him over the weekend, But yeah,
because you just don't know what
First
this
of all,
is going to do, huh? You have no idea.
For any MAGA people that are just tuning in to us, I'm not gay envious. Okay, so let that be. Okay, all right. So please,
I spoke with him this week, and I told him, we'll talk about it later.
And he's a gay racist sleazebag.
we take nothing serious up there, but I'm proud of Charlamagne. I'm proud of Charlamagne.
Racist sleazebag?
Always standing 10 toes down.
Racist sleazebag is crazy. We'll talk about it. Sleazebag. We'll talk about it.
Racist sleazebag with a low IQ. All right, y'all, let's move on just really quickly. President Trump is not accepting the latest jobs report and has reportedly fired Labor Department statistic chief. The report says the U.S. economy added about 73,000 jobs last month, well below estimates. It also revised the May and June numbers downward by more than 200,000 jobs combined. Trump he went to social media and implied the labor statistics chief manipulated the data for political purposes and ordered the Biden appointee be fired. Now, in an interview with Meet the Press, Kevin Hassett, who is the White House economic advisor, echoed the sentiments of the president, questioning the accuracy of the numbers, adding that Trump wants to have his people in the role. Let's take a listen to his comments.
There have been a bunch of patterns that could make people wonder, and I think the most important thing for people to know is that it's the president's highest priority that the data be trusted and that people get to the bottom of why these revisions are so unreliable. The president wants his own people there so that when we see the numbers, they're more transparent and more reliable. And if there are big changes and big revisions, we expect more big revisions for the jobs data in September, for example, then we want to know why. We want people to explain to us.
That should be the biggest concern to all Americans. Like, you cannot just get rid of people because they're not saying what it is you want them to say. If the numbers come out for jobs and the unemployment, rate is high, then you just got to own that. And you don't continue to contribute to the unemployment rate by firing the chief labor. What's the title? What's her title?
Labor statistics.
Labor statistics chief. You don't do that. Like you come out, a report comes out that says the unemployment rate is high under you, so you decide to add to it.
Secretary of Labor Lori Chavez DeRemer says she's going to look into it. Let's hear more from her.
It does cause me pause to see such large revisions, and I will take a deeper dive and do an analysis of why those numbers look the way they do.
So she also went on to say if the Fed would cut interest rates, she believes the job market would boom.
And also, too, man, you just can't you can't pee on people's head and tell them it's raining, right? Like, this is something that, Democrats would do when they would talk about Bidenomics and they would talk about the stock market being high and the GDP being high. You can say all of those things and tell people the economy is good and tell people the job market is booming. But if you ain't got no job and you looking around and everybody around you don't got no job, what's that going to tell the community? What's that going to tell people?
Yeah, unfortunately, the sentiment continues with people not having jobs because the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is shutting down after losing federal funding. The organization made that announcement on Friday after having its funding cut by Congress. The CPB has been distributing grants to public media outlets like PBS and NPR for the past 60 years. Employees were notified on Friday that most of their jobs will come to an end on September 30th. President and CEO Patricia Harrison said that in the meanwhile, the CPB remains committed to fulfilling its fiduciary responsibilities and supporting our partners through this transition with transparency and care. That's your front page news, guys. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. I'm going to stick around because I got to hear what you got to say, CTG.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
It ain't that serious, yo.
All right.
What's up? What am I missing here, man?
Yo, the president of the United States addressed you, yo.
He claps at everybody.
Well, now he clapped at Bay, and we'll talk about that.
I'm not your Bay, MAGA. Once again, MAGA for all of the. I know some MAGA listeners to us already, but for the new MAGA listeners, once again, Charlamagne the God is not gay. DJ Envy is.
I
am not gay.
He's actually trans. If y'all really want to piss y'all off. Okay.
When we come back straight off of that SummerSlam stage, Jacob Fatu will be joining us.
This is a lie. He was here Friday. Why are you lying to the people?
But he was on the stage.
Cut it out.
Oh, okay.
You're such a sleazebag.
With a low IQ. Yes. Jacob Fatu will be joining us as The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here with us as well. And we got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
From the WWE. Beating y'all up Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Fatu.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
I like to start from the beginning. Let's start with your journey. Like, how did you get into wrestling? What made you say, I want to be a wrestler?
Man, you know what? Somewhat similar to Charlamagne Big Brother story. You know what I mean? It just took me one time to go to jail, bro. That was it. I was 18 and, I had my kids and I was locked down. Even before that, as a juvenile, man, just rough-headed, man, going to juvie the whole nine. But, it's different. It's when you turn 18, man, you don't get no passes, man. They send you right up state to that thing. So being locked down, man, it was weird. On the toilet with 12 other dudes facing you. You know what I mean? So, man, I had a double back, but I was sitting in the cell, man, and flipping through the channels. You know what I mean? You always got that one TV, and who come on, man? My big cousins, the Usos, you know what I mean? Sorry, man, if I get emotional, because, you know what I mean? Like, it really doubled back and changed my life. So, when I seen them, it was like, man, this ain't it. This ain't the play. I believe you said something, too. It ain't how you start, man. It's how you finish. Right. You know what I mean? And, man, be a product of the environment, you know what I mean? You really can't let them, you really can't let the environment double back on you. So, man, I just got out. And, man, I switched everything. Shout out to my wife, you know what I mean? So I had 2 kids, and, I got 7 kids altogether, but I had 3 kids at the time, and I named my 2 of my kids when I was in jail. And, man, it just wasn't a good look, And shout out to my wife, though, man, one of the realest ones, because, man, if you lock down and you don't got nobody on the outside, you ain't getting no commissary, you know what I mean, bro? Your time ain't coming by quick. So, man, I had
answering them calls.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when they don't answer the calls, bro, you done seen a lot of cats on the phone, bro. They going bad on the phone, Thank God, though, I had my love, though, there. But, man, she took care of me, though. And it was like, how's this woman taking care of me? I'm in jail when I'm supposed to be the man stepping up to take care of my business, you know what I mean? So, man, I got out. Got locked down, see my brothers on TV, made my mind up. Wifey didn't even know. But, man, when I got out, okay, I'm from California, Northern California to be exact, just to lace y'all up. SoCal way different than NorCal, but if you don't know, it's all one, though. Man, my wife pulled up, not even knowing. She came up north, came and got me and said, bro, you love me and my kids, bro, you gonna hop up in this whip. You know what I mean? We gonna move down. And my uncle Rikishi, the Uso and Solo's father, which is my dad's older brother. My father's a Tonga kid, Fatu. My uncle Rikishi, Gangrel, and my uncle Reno Anawai, they had a wrestling school called Knox Pro Academy, which is still here. Me, Rusev, Solo, we all came out of there. But they was in SoCal. My wife lived in SoCal, so, man, it was God's timing. So by the time I came down there, man, I just got to work, man. You know what I mean? But first, before all that, man, bro, we was bouncing for $60. You know what I mean? Man, we was just trying to get through. That's it. Knowing our people and our culture.
Nobody want to see them big
No,
Samoan.
no mouth. Yeah. Come on with it. But, man, we ended up doubling back, and I started training, and man, we was here,
How long did it take for you to start training to actually get into your first real match?
Okay, so I was training for about a month, you know what I mean? Mind you, I was the last cousin out of everybody, because before me, there was 4 other of my cousins, my uncle and them put everybody's time up in there.
That's the bloodline, right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So by the time I came in, I was loose-headed already. They was like, oh, hell nah, we don't want him, you know what I mean? So, but, man, they took a chance. My trainer, Gangrel, seen me in the ring and told my uncles and them, hey, man, y'all got to handcuff this dude to a ring. I didn't know he seen me messing around in the ring and all that. And, he's, I thank God I had the talent, And shout out to all my other family members that tried it. They didn't make it, though, you know what I mean? But it's all love, though, man. I was just blessed just to have the gift, though, with it, you know what I mean? So
you didn't want to be a wrestler? I mean,
no, not at all. I was trying to be a rapper.
Okay.
I mean,
even seeing your father and Rashiki, aren't you related to The Rock, too?
Yeah, somewhere. I mean, knowing Samoans and Polynesians, bro, either one way or another, we all lined up. But no, none of us did. My Roman Reigns, the Usos, none of us wanted to wrestle. I mean, we was always told, do this last. So, man, we was always just trying to play football, make our own thing, and you know what I mean? It never worked out. It always came back to wrestling. And I say this all the time. Professional wrestling saved my life. I say this all the time, man. Professional wrestling, I love it because it brings different cultures, different backgrounds. I mean, eventually we all here right now. You know what I mean? So, man, just thank God, man. It's all God's timing.
When you walk out into that arena now, how much of that moment is about proving something to yourself or proving something to the world that doubted you?
Man, you know what? man, when I walk out, I swear, I give God the glory. I know people, they don't want to pray, but man, I give God the glory right before I walk out. And then it's crazy to hear the whole stadium chanting. Jacob Fatu is my real name, and it is. Fatu is Solo and the Usos, it's our real name, So it's mind-blowing to hear them, coming from being in the jail, Fatu, you getting released, to, the whole stadium yelling Fatu now. Man, it means a lot. Not only that, my kids half of my kids are old enough to where they recognize it, and man, I'm just I'm just trying to do the right thing for them, man. At the end of the day, I just want to get my family set up. God forbid anything happens, but man, I'm just moving forward, man. It's all about my kids now.
Recently, I'm sorry.
I was reading something on Yahoo Sports, and the person who wrote about you and the bloodline, your family.
Yeah.
It was a black woman, and she was talking about how she gets upset the way they refer to like how your family is talked about when y'all like beat people or whatever, because they call you guys savages.
Oh yeah.
Is that? I mean, I thought that you kind of want that, but I knew she was leaning into like the whole because y'all are people of color thing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I mean, just like what Brett said, man, we Islanders, we Samoans, like the time is different now. Back in the day, we used to wrestle with no shoes, crazy hair, headbutt, acting like we didn't speak English, but overall, man, we loving people. But, on the other side, well, we don't want to go there yet, though, But, yeah, man, that's just how they know us as the Samoan SWAT team. My father was actually the Samoan Savage as well, but... times is different now. So we here now.
It doesn't bother you?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I mean, it's just like the internet. Mm-hmm. You can see the comments, man. We charge that to the game. It's a different time now. Everybody, like back in the day, we can't say anything. Everybody's getting so upset over every little thing now. So no, it doesn't bother me at all. I was taught to have tough skin up in here. Like it goes back to where I told my uncle Rikishi and them when I first started training. I was like, why don't I need the belt? They said, you need the belt? I said, because, I thought I need the belt, And then they said, okay, you're going to go win the belt. I was like, all right. And then when you hold the belt up, you act like, like Shawn Michaels. And then my uncle said, as soon as you hold the belt up, I'm going to come in there and roll you up 1, 2, 3. Like he had to humble me, because I had to get humbled. So at the end of the day, what that story was, it's just to have tough skin and, man, just keep it all moving and pushing.
That lady would have hated Kamala. Remember Kamala?
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby.
You get a little bit of wrestling that I watched. I thought that was just a part of the whole ambiance of what, everybody has their characters and their things they lean into.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
We're still kicking it with WWE wrestler Jacob Fatu. Now, recently, Hulk Hogan passed away. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
Yes, rest in peace.
What does his legacy on wrestling mean to you, if anything?
Yeah, you know what? It just goes back to what Hunter said, on SmackDown. Triple H, my boss said it. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for him, because, he was at that time. But at the end of the day, what it means to me, coming from a father's perspective, man, somebody lost their dad at the end of the day. And I know y'all gonna hear me talk about my kids and, a lot because, that's just how I'm looking at it. But overall, man, just like what Hunter said, man, WWE wouldn't be none, if it weren't for him and foremost. So, yeah.
Yeah, people act like two things can't be true, right? Because I see everybody, whenever you mention Hulk Hogan, they say, well, he was also a racist. I don't know him personally. I know the things that he said, but it's just like, yeah, he probably could do that, but he also was, a motivation for a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah, man.
He did put the WWE on his back and make wrestling what it is today.
Come on, especially on that golden era, but it just goes back to, man, that's just somebody's dad at the end of the day. I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Hogan. 100.
Now, when you're training, how often do you train, and how brutal is it for your body? How much do you have to go into recovery and rehab and all that other stuff?
Oh man, it's about 4 days a week. The traveling really takes a toll on us. Man, we're in and out. Man, we're on the last flight there. Man, we get in, do our job, and then, man, we on the first flight going back. But I had to learn how to respect the business, even though I came up in the wrestling business. I'm thinking, okay, my family's in there. It's going to be a cakewalk. Nah, I really had to learn how to respect it. I realized the sacrifices that my family has done. I realized, all the stuff, all the time alone and away from our families that, it's a whole lot, man. But the training is different. I think Brock Lesnar said this too. Every sport is different. Brock Lesnar left wrestling to go to the NFL, and he gave those guys their respect. you know, because the training is different, you know. So I think it was like when Michael Jordan had went to baseball, went back to basketball, you know, his body was different. So, man, the training is on a whole nother level. You know, I'm not saying we're the hardest, we're most badass or anything, you know, but I had to learn how to respect the business as a upcoming young family member, you know, but also as a worker as well. So, man, it's pretty difficult, but the recovery, it takes less than a second, you know, for you to hurt yourself. You know, it takes less than any wrong movement, man, even the way you fall, you know. So, you know, it takes less than a second, but the training, you just have to get trained the right way. I'm not saying this because these are my uncles who train me, but man, I've seen these guys turn a nobody into somebody. And I'm one of those nobodies that they turned into somebody. You know what I mean? Because I was trained the proper way. Right. But it's more than just the training. It's a locker room etiquette. You know, it's how you carry yourself around. You know, like, okay, everybody know my background, but man, if somebody was to say something to me out there on the streets, you know, I mean, man, I'm done with that tough guy stuff. I ain't here to fight nobody, you know, but this is where our training comes in. Gotcha. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it comes full circle, not only in the ring, but outside of the ring as well.
Did you know how successful your family was growing up?
Man, I grew up just as a kid, just enjoying it. Until my Uncle Rikishi came out during the Attitude Era, you know, this is why I knew we was popping, you know, when the kids was making fun of him over there. And man, cause, you know, bro, cause we used to get in the fight sometimes, you know, hey man, your uncle got the thong on, you know what I mean? So, you know, being an uncle, you know what I mean, being a nephew, try to defend my uncle. But yeah, it was around that time. It definitely was around the Attitude Era time, man, when I noticed, like, oh man, like, bro, there's some big things going on around here, you know?
How much input did you have in, like, shaping your character? Because it's not really a character, like you said.
Nah, that's really me. Yeah. I mean, well, you know, I'm taking that Northern California, you know, and man, shout out to Uncle Earl, man, Earl Stevens, E40 Water, you know what I mean, Mr. Fab and all of them, and Mozzarella. But man, I'm just, I just want people to know, like, where I'm from. You know, like I said, different times, early 90s, you know, you had the Doink the Clowns, you know, the Head Shrinkers, like, this goes back to our family, you know, wearing no shoes, wrestling, being Wild Samoans, to where, you know, there's so many of us in the family. And shout out to my brother, my older cousin Roman Reigns, the Usos and Solo. You know, man, they had a lot though to do with me getting here. You know what I mean? WWE made it happen. Shout out to Hunter. But man, there's so many of us to where it's like, I don't want to be known as the cousin. You know what I mean? So okay, how they gonna receive Jacob? How is, you know? So there ain't no other way. I don't want to play no character. So the only way for me to do is just to do me, what I've been doing for the past 12 years, and just be myself. You know, I know, once again, this keep going back to my kids. You know, I can't tell my kids one thing and I'm doing another. So man, overall, it's just me just being who I am right now. You know what I mean? And so far it's working. I mean, damn, bro, it got me over here on the Breakfast Club, so I think we're doing all right. You know what I mean?
You also got an action figure coming into Walmart.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, man.
And that was, so you were at San Diego Comic-Con talking about it because you presented the figures, but you used to work at Walmart, too.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Man, I used to do all jobs, man. I used to work overnight at Lowe's, man. Man, I was the best stalker at Walmart. Girl, you go down my aisle, girl, they couldn't touch me down there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but I was, the crazy thing about that, on my lunch breaks, I will, because I'm such a fan of my family. You know, my cousins don't like when I say, but man, I love if I didn't love my family in the business, then I would not be here.
I mean, Roman Reigns, Rikishi, them some good.
Come on,
come on now.
Come on.
Roman Reigns in the new Street Fighter movie.
Man, come on, man. Man, they should have put my goddamn album in there. I mean, but you know, but shout out to Big Roman, man. I mean, we acknowledge the Uso. But man, just to double back on that, it was mind-blowing being over there. Not only that, like, from me coming to working in Walmart to working overnight at Lowe's to having little side jobs here and there, anything I had to do just to put food on the table, especially during the pandemic, because Lord, man, everybody know how that thing was. So, man, I was doing anything and everything. Sorry to go off the question, but, you know, I ain't ashamed of them because my father did that. You know what I mean? I seen my father picking up cans during my Pop Warner football games. And I remember I was crying one day, I seen him, you know what I mean? And then my mom was like, man, don't be embarrassed, that's your dad. I will never forget, the following week, I asked my dad, I said, Dad, you got some lunch money? He opened his wallet. He was like, yeah, your ass was crying about me picking up them cans. All right, remember, man, this is where this $10 came from, you know what I mean? So this comes back to, you know, like what you said with me working in one, man, I'll do anything and everything, you know, to take care of them. But, man, it's mind-blowing, man, especially to have my own action figure. You know, coming from Sacramento County Jail to to having my action figure up in there. And I'm happy that my kids are old enough, you know, to where they're able to see this. Right. You know, because, man, my kids have been through the whole grind with me. You know what I mean? Like, man, they've been in and out through the pandemic, through everything. So it's really good. Thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that.
What's crazy is growing up, I thought that came with the WWE starter kit, like the action figure, the video game appearance, like that. It take time to get to all of that?
Yeah, I mean, because not every, well, one thing I'm learning is, you know, I only been in WWE for about a year, but I've been doing this for 12 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm still learning about everything, but, man, my career, man, has been so awesome, so blessed, man. So awesome to where I am able to be in a video game. Mm-hmm. I am now, when they're selling the SmackDown wrestling ring, it's coming with one action figure, and that action figure is me up in there. So, wow. Man, I'm very happy, man. I'm very blessed. But a lot of people don't even know. Like, I'm actually a fan of everybody else, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, when they promoted that, man, it just didn't get no better. Not only that, at Comic-Con, 5 years ago, I was at Comic-Con with my uncle Rikishi, you know, helping him out with his 8x10s. And then this year, man, we doubled back to where, you know, I'm on stage and people are, once again, chanting the name Fatu. And, man, it don't get no better.
We're still kicking it with WWE wrestler Jacob Fatu. Charlamagne?
Before WWE, you was with MLW, right?
Yep, I was with MLW. Mm-hmm. And, you know, this goes back to everybody's story different. You know, they said, Jacob, you should have been in WWE 5 years ago. No. Jacob would have been fired. You know, I needed that growth. Mm-hmm. I was happy. Like my brother Solo, you know, he went from college. It didn't take him as long. All our stories are different. But at the end of the day, it's all God's timing. Like this, I was supposed to come in around this time. You know what I mean? But shout out to MLW. MLW gave me that platform, you know, and
you're the longest running heavyweight.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, you know what? We gonna keep it 100. Let's go back to the pandemic because we didn't have shows. So you know, I kind of take half those days off. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I held the belt for 800. You know what I mean? Like we gonna keep it 100. All right. It was minus like half of that, but MLW gave me that platform, and I'm very thankful. Not only that, New York and Philadelphia raised me on the independent scene. They really did. Because, man, these cats will call y'all out over here. If your ass suck, oh, bro, I seen somebody get water thrown on them in New York just for having a basketball jersey. You know what I mean? Like, bro.
Oh, yeah, the Pacer guy.
Bro, it be going mania out here. But overall, man, shout out to the East Coast, man, especially New York and Philadelphia, man, for real.
Now, you talk about your 7 kids a lot.
Yeah.
Would you want any of them to wrestle?
You know what? Man, I would say this. I would say no because I know how the life is on the road and know the ups, downs, you know, because it ain't easy, you know. But since it kept me out the way to be a father to them, and if they love it and if they have passion, which is my girls do, my boys is, you know what I mean, they do their own thing, but my girls, yeah, definitely. And there wouldn't be no other way. And man, they're so into it right now. I mean, I was on the Independence. They never used to watch me. Man, my kids ain't start watching me till I got on TV. I mean, it usually work like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, definitely my girls though, man. I know a lot of people don't want their kids to wrestle, but like I said, man, it's a whole nother time right now.
How old's your oldest?
Man, Pop 19, Pop 19, and then my youngest, bro, I'm good at this, man, 19, 16, 15, 13, 12, 8, and 4.
So you 33 with 7 kids?
Yeah, no, 35, yeah. 35. Yeah,
so
okay,
so you lost a bunch of matches to condoms.
Oh, come on, brother. Come on. Well, brother, I ain't had no TV. Looks like we got a lot of TVs in here, though.
Listen, I want to go back to the mindset shift that happened.
Yeah.
You know, after you got caught up in jail. What was the mindset shift that made you say, you know what? Not only am I not going back to that, I'm gonna stay focused on doing exactly this.
Oh man, you know what, bro? Oh man, it was it was going to jail, bro. It was getting that strike. You know, California, we got those 3 strikes, and man, it's just going back and forth to court, man. When I got that strike and. You know, I'm young, I'm 18. But, man, just being in there, man, it wasn't right. Man, it just didn't feel right. And, you know, I had a lot of partners shoot, passing. A lot of them was getting strung out on drugs, you know. And then I go back home. I love my city. I love Sacramento. But, man, bro, I'm really in and out. You know, it really hurts me when I, roll around over there and see people I used to look up to. Either they're not there no more or they're all strung out.
Oof.
You know, and it sucks though, because it's like, damn, bro, you was the big homie back then. You know what I mean? But it was that, and then man, I just wanted to get my parents a better life, give my siblings, my kids. And like I said, I was in lockdown and named 2 of my kids when I was locked down. And, bro, that was not the play. You know what I mean? Especially having a strong woman like that, like, her taking care of me. Oh, no, bro, I got this backwards. Yeah, let me get out and get this thing going.
How much time did you do?
Oh, bro, so listen, I was always doing like county years. I mean, I was always violated. I never really went to prison. You know what I mean? Because that's what I'm saying. It spooked me, but I was always violating. You know what I mean? So yeah. That was it though. It was just violating. It was never on no drugs or anything. You know what I mean? Because I ain't really get down like that. You know what I mean? But it was just being young and dumb. That was it, man.
Do you think that the only way for people to truly, find a different direction is to have something to do?
Yeah, because, man, well, I say that because I remember my mom always said, man, you better do something, keep yourself busy, because, man, you got too much time on your hands, and, that's when everything start falling apart and stuff. Not only that, I had to move out of my city. Shout out to the people who stay in their city that got it together. But I'm different, and I'm probably not the only guy who did it. I had to move out of my city to really get focused, you know what I mean? So that's why I give it up to my wife, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I always talk about her and give it up. And she don't like it, but baby, we in the Breakfast Club right now, you know what I mean? Let's go, man, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I think you got to find some, definitely find something that you passionate about. I didn't grow up wanting to be a wrestler, but man, it just clicked. And not only that, when I found, when I was good at it, and once again, let's go back to our training. I'm not saying this because it's my uncle and them. I'm not saying this because it's my uncle and them at all, because they going to think it was the training, bro. They done turned to nobody into somebody.
I love the way you talk about your family. Charlamagne and myself always talk about the biggest thing in our lives is our wives.
Yeah, come on.
I've been married 24 years. He's been married, 19?
I've been married 10, but I've been with my wife for 27.
Come on,
yeah. 31. We just talk about, we always tell the young boys, find somebody early, because that'll keep you out of trouble.
Come on. Hey, man, and there ain't no other person I'd rather have shared, what we got going on, because it ain't just Jacob, man. You know what I mean? Like, my wife had a big part with me getting here. Mm-hmm. And once again, I don't know if she don't like me talking about it, but baby, we here at the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Hello. You know what I mean?
Man, what legacy do you want to leave, not just as a Fatu, but as a man who just made it through all the things you've been through?
Man, it's okay to be nice to people. Mm-hmm. Man, it's don't believe in the hype, man. We got an agent called Michael Hayes. He always says this, when you're over, like when we say that wrestling term over, it's like, like you think you're popular, you think you're doing good, but Michael Hayes always says this, man, when you think you're over, you're not over, you know what I mean? But, man, just do the right thing when nobody's looking, man, that's it, man. Do the right thing when nobody's looking, because God sees everything. And, man, forgive people. Like, man, don't have no hate in your heart, none of that. And, it's crazy what it's going down to now, you know what I mean? But, man, definitely do the right thing when nobody's looking. But the legacy I want to live, just can't nobody talk bad about me, when, God forbid, anything happens. Like, my kids is going to know, bro, my dad was straight up, you know what I mean? Like, my dad was a good dude. He did take care of these people, you know what I mean? He did take care of us. Like, even when we see homeless people out, you know what I mean? Bro, just right there, or just say hello to people. Mm-hmm. Man, bro, we was to the drive-thru the other day. I just said hello to the drive-thru people. You know what I mean? Just, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all have a good day. Man, just lit a smile on their face. Bro, you don't know what these people going through. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they could get ready to go do something else. But, man, just by you saying hello, giving them a hug and say how you doing, bro, you might have changed the whole mood. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Sorry, I don't know if they answer your question, though, bro. But
I say the same thing when people ask me, like, what do you want your legacy to be? I just want people to say, he was of service.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
he was of service, he made somebody's life better.
Yeah.
That's it.
And this goes back to the Cena thing when I, just when Cena just said before everything, you just asked him, like, hey, how are you doing? How was you? And, I remember you said, like, when people do interviews, media, they always say the same thing. But I thought that was dope, though, bro, because not a lot of people do ask us that type of stuff.
We always ask because we know how tough it is. Like, of course you're a wrestler and you work and people people love you, but sometimes just a matter like, yo, how are you doing? Are you good? Are you all right?
Yeah.
And sometimes just getting like, yo, thank you for asking. Because
Come
people
on.
don't usually care, and I think that means the most.
That's why he got that blanket on, his iron. You didn't even ask him. You ain't ask him, Jacob. Like, what's wrong with you?
Iron is not low.
He's really trying to hide his arms from you. He's going through something else.
Oh, yeah, he does. No, that's true. She's right. He gets so insecure about his arm.
Oh,
he had a tank top on one day online, and everybody was killing him. So when somebody come in here buff, he like covers up.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Himself, though.
How much do I have to pay you to slap Charlamagne?
Oh, no. Well, man, I ain't gonna, I grew up watching y'all, bro. So, like I said, we at the Breakfast Club again. Well, he might have to pay Big Bro over there with the hat on.
He wants you to slam him. Before you walked in here, he was like, man, Jacob Fatu coming. I want to wrestle with him.
Oh, man.
He did not say like that.
The way he said it was crazy. I want to wrestle with him.
I want to wrestle.
Good luck this weekend, and thank you for joining us.
100. Thank y'all, bro, for the show.
Jacob Fatu. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
You want to wrestle?
I want to wrestle. He made that up. She gets him from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So Deion Sanders, he was on it was like a Zoom that he was doing, or it was an interview though with Asante Samuels. And during the interview, they talked about a ton of things, of course, because, Coach Prime is getting back to work and things. But Asante did bring up Karuchi and the fact that Karuchi was in that video, the vlog of Deion Sanders preparing to go into his surgery. Let's take a listen.
So I'm going to let you go, Coach. Don't kill the messenger. Everyone seen Karuchi by your side during your hospital visit. Everyone wants to know what that friendship is about. We got a bad connection. I got a bad. I can't. You gotta go. I can't back.
Old school way of getting off the phone.
He slid right on up out of there.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I didn't know that Deion Sanders' ex was Tracy Edmonds.
Yeah.
I had no idea of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they had been together for over a decade. They were engaged. They called it off. It was like a whole thing. They announced their engagement in 2019 and then called it off a few years later. Tracy Edmonds had to come out and talk about like why she chose to end the relationship and all the things, because there were a lot of like misrepresentation of the narrative of what was happening between them. So it was a big deal. But this weekend, talking about getting on up out of there.
Dropping clues bombs with Tracy Edmonds.
Yeah. Wow, so crazy. Yeah. But I did not know. I didn't know that. But I did see Carlos King and Claudia Jordan talking about it over the weekend on something that circulated. The video was talking about. He was talking about that.
Yes, we have that audio, and Claudia has actually had to come out and re-clarify this conversation because people were dragging her for having it. Let's take a listen to Claudia Jordan.
I'm good friends with Tracy Edmonds. And I do remember Tracy hearing rumors about Karuchi possibly dating Deion. So she saw her at an event. I think it was Niecy Nash's event. And she, calmly, just in conversation with her, she asked her if she was dating Deion, and she said no. She laughed it off and said no. So, it was kind of like to hear it and to see this now. And I do recall that Tracy and Karuchi were cool. Like Tracy has put Karuchi in some projects. They're friends, I thought.
Yeah, the people were upset about Claudia choosing to have this conversation. First of all, they just felt like, you should respect the privacy of Deion Sanders, Karuchi, and Tracy Edmonds. And then also people felt like, Tracy Edmonds and everything that she's done and all the work she's done, of all the conversations I have about your friend, why this one, why right now? Like, you're reaching for a headline type of thing. So Claudia had to come out and kind of say, I didn't violate any privacy. I was just having a conversation. Yeah.
Well, I guess if she be in the comments like anybody else, she probably saw, that they were dating and just remembered whatever her friend told her and felt like it was her duty to put it out there.
But yeah, I think the issue was, though, is like, is that your duty or is it not? You know what I'm saying? But
and they don't deal with each other no more. All right.
Deion and Tracy.
Yeah,
no,
Deion
they
and
don't.
Tracy, they're done.
But I think it's more of like, if that is your friend and that was something that happened, did she want you to tell the story? More so is the question that people are asking. And Claudia's like, focus on the story and not on me. That's what she's trying to do.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, people were like, because they were upset that Karrueche. They were saying like Karrueche and Tracy, if y'all were friends, why would you say, nah, you're not dealing with him, and then I see you dealing with him now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Were they friends or was this just business? Like,
the way that it seemed from what Claudia is saying is that there was a cordial friendship of sorts. Because
we don't know whether
we don't even know all this is something
we
that Claudia is telling us happened. We don't even know if this happened, but it's according to Claudia Jordan. So yeah. But in other news, Soulja Boy over the weekend. Soulja Boy was arrested over the weekend. Police said that they found a firearm during a traffic stop. So, according to law enforcement sources, Soulja Boy was a passenger in a vehicle that was pulled over around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday in LA. Now, during the traffic stop, the officers said they spotted the firearm in the car, and Soulja Boy was then taken into custody and booked on suspicion of being a felon in possession of a firearm. Now,
who was the driver then? How did they just take the passengers?
So, at the time of the reports, it was unclear of who was the driver and why Soulja Boy was the only person that was arrested in all the things. So, I reached out to a
rep. Did he claim the gun is his?
So, from what I was told, originally the traffic stop happened, from what I was told, because they claimed that the windows in the car that they were driving was too dark. The tints
were dark.
Yes, Soulja Boy was not driving. As I mentioned to you guys, his driver was driving an SUV, so he was being driven in an SUV.
Okay.
The SUV was pulled over. I asked where was the gun found and how did they know that it was Soulja Boy's? Like, how did they tie that into him? And they told me they don't know. They're trying to figure it out. But according to what this source told me, everyone else was released except for Soulja Boy. So that part is still unclear, MB, to answer your question.
So it was in plain sight, the firearm was in plain sight, the police scene?
Yeah, normally, though, with something like that, it depends on where the gun is placed in the car, right? Like, who's...
No, usually they ask everybody in the car whose gun is it, and if one person doesn't claim it, they take everybody to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
How you know?
Because I've been in that situation.
I know.
What are you talking about? Yeah. What you been in that situation? I've been in that situation.
Yeah, but if the gun was in plain sight, but if he was just Soulja Boy and a driver and he was a paid driver, I'm sure they probably...
With guns and drugs, by the way. And if you don't want to be a snitch, all you got to do is say, look, officer, let's do some simple math here. There's 3 of us in the car, and it's not mine. That leaves you 2 people, okay? Figure it out.
Hey, yo.
That was in your book, your first book, right?
Yes.
Yes, I read that in your first book.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Leonard?
Yes, sir.
Leonard.
It's Leonard.
It's Leonard.
Don't disrespect my mom.
It is Leonard. That is it.
How's your IQ feeling with all those vitamins?
You don't get to talk to more. The latest with Loren is okay. So, before after the hour, we need President Donald J. Trump to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. I do need you for something, though, Loren. Can you read?
Can you talk?
Can you read?
Yes, I can read.
Okay, I need you to read something.
Then after, we going to open up the phone lines and talk to the people? Can we do that?
Sure.
All right, then we going to open up this phone lines. 800-585-1051. Charlamagne Donkey today is up next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
Trump, please step up to the congregation.
Yes, you are a donkey.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
He's a jackass.
Hi, guys. Donkey of the Day for Monday, August 4th goes to President Donald J. Trump. Now, if you haven't heard, I was on Lara Trump's show, My View, on Fox this past weekend. Drop one of the clues bombs for Lara Trump. She's been a guest on Breakfast Club before, so I had no problem showing up to her program. You know, I'm one of those silly rabbits who still believes in the First Amendment. Okay, freedom of speech. I don't have to agree with what you're saying, but we should all agree that you have the right to say it. Thankfully, Lara is a Trump who still believes in freedom of speech because her father-in-law, the 47th president of the United States of America, did not take too kindly to some things I had to say. Now, I'm going to play you a couple of parts of the conversation. Let's play when she asked me, what do I think of President Trump's second term so far? I wouldn't give it a good rating. You know,
Why not?
Simply because, you know, the least of us are still being impacted the worst. Like when you look at something like, you know, the big beautiful bill, that's something that, you know, I'm going to benefit from because of the tax bracket that I'm in. But, you know, there's going to be so many people that's hurt by that bill. And, you know, anything that, you know, takes away Medicaid from people and is going to put people in a worse financial situation than, you know, they were previously in, I'm not for it. I mean, where is the lie? Trump's big, beautiful bill is going to make the rich richer and the poor poorer, okay? Cuts all the safety net programs, the Medicaid, the food stamps, the housing assistance. Millions of people will lose health care. Groceries will still be through the roof. Rent support will be through the roof. There's no relief for people who are already hurting, okay? I know I'm not supposed to care because this bill helps the rich, all right? The bill has all these corporate loopholes and capital gain breaks that benefit the 1%, but I know how I was raised, okay? On a dirt road in Mounts Corner, South Carolina, dropping the clues bombs from Mounts Corner, all right? So I'm going to always have imposter syndrome when it comes to finances. My mind is always on the have-nots, and this big, beautiful bill hurts the have-nots, okay? Like I said, the rich will get richer while the poor will be forced to work more for less, okay? They'll have to work more for less support because they have work requirements for aid that make it harder for the poor to qualify for help. I know I'm not supposed to care because I'll benefit from the income taxes, but you got everyday items like gas and groceries, electricity. They'll be more expensive for everybody else. So Americans making low incomes will have to pay a bigger share of their income to make ends meet. And President Trump, must I remind you that you said you won the election because of one word, groceries. Do we have that?
And I went on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries. When you buy apples, when you buy bacon, when you buy eggs, they would double and triple the price over a short period of time. And I won an election based on that.
People's groceries are still too high. You have not lowered the cost. Okay, the other issue I said on My View with Lars Trump is I believe traditional conservatives are quietly staging a political coup to take their party back from MAGA. I explained this to y'all a couple of weeks ago in detail, but let's listen to what I said on My View. Oh, we don't have that one? Well, I can explain it. Oh, we have it? Okay.
I think that traditional conservatives are going to take the Republican Party back. I think there's a political coup going on right now in the Republican Party that people aren't paying legislation and paying attention to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that this Epstein thing is going to be a way for traditional conservatives to take their party back. I really do. I think that they know this is the issue that has gotten the base riled up. The MAGA base isn't letting this issue go, and for the first time, they know they can, probably take their party back and not piss off the MAGA base. I think they're going to do that.
Just a conspiracy theory I have. MAGA, y'all like a good conspiracy, all right? I mean, based on J.D. Vance allegedly visiting Rupert Murdoch in Montana, that was the same week Trump's letter to Epstein was published by Rupert Murdoch in the Wall Street Journal. And then about a week later, Mike Johnson shut the House down to avoid a vote on releasing the Epstein files. And then the Wall Street Journal came out and said Trump knew he had been in the Epstein files since May. And I just look at how the MAGA base has responded to the Epstein issue. It just feels like traditional conservatives who lost the party to Trump could use this opportunity to get it back because the MAGA base wouldn't be upset at all if they impeached Trump and voted to remove him because he's in the Epstein files. I'm just saying, President Trump, watch your back, okay, between Elon Musk, Rupert Murdoch, and you need to watch your Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and your VP, J.D. Vance, too. I'm just saying, okay? But anyway, Trump didn't like any of that, so he replied with a long-ass post on Truth Social. Loren LoRosa, are you sober enough to read it?
I'm good.
Let's listen.
The very wonderful and talented Laura Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God. Why is he allowed to use the word God when describing himself? Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I used that nickname?
Well, study your lessons.
He's a low IQ individual, has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth, and knows nothing about me or what I've done. Like just ending 5 wars, including a 31-year bloodbath between Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have died and there was no end in sight. He did not know that. He did not know that, or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border, or creating the greatest economy where prices and inflation have come way down, and where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden set the record for doing the worst job as president ever. But this dope Charlamagne would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala? ? Remember, 1 year ago, our country was dead, and now it's the hottest, and he capitalized hottest, country anywhere in the world. MAGA.
Now, the personal insults, I don't care. He called me a sleazebag. I looked up the definition of sleazebag. Says it's a disgusting or despicable person. Depending on who you ask, that may apply to me. Okay, I personally prefer friendly neighborhood a-hole. Okay, he said I'm a low IQ individual. I don't know. I've never taken an IQ test. He said I have no idea what words are coming out of my mouth. Absolutely true. Okay, I've been surprising myself my whole life. Like, damn, I actually said that? Now, let's get to your claims. He said, I don't know anything about him ending 5 wars. Mr. President, nobody knew that. Because it's not true. All right. There is zero evidence, nothing credible whatsoever that says President Trump played any role in ending the ongoing, keyword, ongoing conflict in the eastern DRC or in Rwanda. Okay. America has not brokered any major peace deal between the DRC and Rwanda during Trump's second term. And wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, you did pull off a significant strike, but it didn't eliminate Iran's nuclear capability. Saying you wiped it out is an overstatement because according to reports, no enrichment facility was destroyed and Iran's nuclear threat is still very active, and some experts argue it's more dangerous now due to a lack of international oversight and the increased beef with Israel and the USA. Now, you also claim the borders were closed. Not closed, but you have tightened immigration policies and increased enforcement. You have definitely made the border harder to cross, but saying it's closed is false and ignores everyone coming over seeking legal asylum. By the way, I want border security. I just want you to keep your promise of deporting illegals and criminals. But since Homeland Security started to work to deport more people, okay, immigrants with legal status or no criminal history are being detained and deported too. That's not right. Okay, your family is always in fear.
Whose family you talking about?
Okay, all right, listen. My fellow Americans, listen. My fellow Americans, we are in a strange time right now. A time we have never seen because authoritarian strategy is being used against anyone who speaks out against this administration. We saw what happened Friday. President Trump orders, the firing of labor statistic chief after data shows unemployment rates are higher. I don't know if you know President Trump, but by firing this woman, you added to the unemployment rate. But that, along with his reaction to what I said on Laura Trump, shows how authoritarians will attempt to bully people into pushing false narratives. President Trump, do you realize the best way to get the headlines you want is to simply do a good job? Is to simply do right by all Americans? He called me a racist. I didn't mention race not one time on Laura Trump. I didn't bring up the fact that President Trump issued an executive order directing oversight of institutions like the Smithsonian to remove or suppress narratives about systemic racism and black history. They want to reframe cultural memory to eliminate discussions of historical racial injustice. That, along with the termination of diversity and civil rights programs, are considered very racist by a lot of civil rights advocates. I didn't even bring that up. Okay, I was just talking to your base, letting your base know that you haven't kept the promises you made in regards to the economy. In fact, you've made things worse. It's actually hilarious to see you upset about the high unemployment rates when you let Elon Musk take a chainsaw to the federal government and fire a bunch of government workers earlier this year. You did that, President Trump, and now you're doing exactly what the Biden administration did, trying to convince America the economy is all good when it's not. Maybe for people in a certain tax bracket, but for majority of your constituents who aren't in the 1%, it's not all good. So you can hire a new labor statistics chief to lie about the numbers. It won't stop the reality of people being unemployed. Okay, you can tell falsehoods about inflation being down. It won't stop the reality of the price of consumer goods being high because of tariffs you implemented. So listen, President Trump, don't worry about Leonard. Okay, don't worry about Charlamagne the God. I know something I said hit a nerve and rattled you a little bit, but I don't want you rattled. I want you to end wars. Okay, I want you to keep the border secure. I want you to have the economy booming. I want booming. Okay, I want all these things to be true. I am an American. I don't care who's in the White House. I want America to succeed. Okay, believe it or not, I'm rooting for you. But I need you focused. And right now, you're not focused. Okay, we need you focused on two things: the economy and Epstein. All right, I need you to keep the promises of a great economy and the promises of transparency with the Epstein files. And I don't want us as a people to be distracted. Whenever you see Trump trying to deflect from what's important, keep him focused. Ask two simple questions. What about the economy? What about the Epstein files? Go in his mentions, have pity parties all the time, and ask him those two things. Happy born day to President Barack Obama, and thank you for your attention to this matter. Please let Kathy Griffin give President Donald J. Trump the biggest hee-haw.
Please give this giant jar of mail the biggest hee-haw.
That's what a racist we said. Biggest mail.
Nope.
Yeah, black people can't be racist.
Exactly. And I hate niggas too. So what's up?
Oh, my God.
What?
All right. Well, let's open up the phone lines. See what the people have to say. 800-585-1051. What are your thoughts? You've heard Trump's response to Charlamagne on Laura Trump show.
It's not about me. Let's keep people focused. You also
heard what Charlamagne had to say this morning. We just want to open up the phone lines and hear what you have to say.
No, you're right. Let's keep them focused. Do you think we should be finding another job right now? Call up if you think you have anything to contribute. If you're looking for a comedian, a DJ, somebody who can read, please let us know.
This is not about me. This is about the job President Donald J. Trump is doing. Let's open the phone lines and ask the people about that.
800.
Let's ask them the question Laura Trump asked me. What do you think about what Donald J. Trump's second term so far?
Asked you. She definitely asked you.
You need a DJ on when you do comedy?
I think I am.
I got you. Jigga. You need somebody to do your hair?
I can't afford
it. 585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we are opening up the phone lines. A lot went down over the weekend, especially with Charlamagne. He did Laura Trump's show, and Trump responded, and we just want to take your calls and see.
And this is not about me. This is about America. You know what I mean? Because I personally want the president to succeed, but when the president isn't doing things that are putting us in the best position, we all as Americans have the right to speak out against that. So I'm just simply asking the question Laura Trump asked me: how do y'all rate Donald Trump's second term so far?
Hello, we have on the line. Good morning.
Don't call me by my government name.
Oh, damn.
You
I want my job. She said, I want my job.
Well, what's your name then, ma'am?
Love.
Love? The last person.
Yeah, you know Love is Love. We know Love. What's up, Love?
Yes, you do know me very well. I called some years ago when my husband was sleeping with my best friend.
I remember.
Damn, Love.
How do you rate Donald Trump's second term thus far, Love?
Man, this is one thing that we must realize. One, the American government is like a teenager. We have just reached puberty in regards of democracy. We have a tyrant who we have let come into office and disrupt every single thought and thing that we do. So, one, we have to look at this. We have to look at the fact that some of these wars that are being taught are wars that we cannot fight. It ain't our We ain't concerned with that. We need to be concerned with what is going on our home.
Well, he said he ended 5 wars.
He ain't ended
I know, Love.
We gotta let Love go.
Thank you, Love. But Love's right, though. I understand what Love is saying. People get passionate about this kind of stuff. I understand.
Well, we want to stay on here. Hello, who's this?
For as long as
Hi, this is V from Somerville, South Carolina. How you guys doing?
843. What's up, V?
Talk to us, V.
Hey, so pretty much just my insight of what's going on. The fact that, number one, Trump is so busy talking about you and he has everything going on in America. He's so busy about what's going on with you. And like you said, the 1 point situation, the 1%. I'm sorry, my phone's going in and out. Everything's supporting what he has going on with the White House. We're not rich. We're not rich. He's cutting the unemployment. He's cutting the food stamp. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not on any assistance. But the people that I see around me, they're really suffering. But he's so busy attacking celebrities. For all of this, he could have just stayed on TV. Because what are you really doing?
Yeah.
What's your point?
Yeah. If you want to beef with so-called celebrities on social media, you don't need to be in government to do that. You can do that from the pleasure of your own home.
That's right. Hello, who's this?
Hello, what's going on, Breakfast Club?
Hey, good morning. We're just asking, what's your thoughts on Trump's ratings?
Yeah, how do you rate Donald Trump's second term thus far?
I'd give him a -2. I don't think he's making America great. I think he's making America boost again. And shout out to all the boosters. Shout out to everybody that's making over $100,000 and still using EBT cards. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. I wanted some nachos, and me and White went to the store, and I saw Doritos was like $8. So we did. We stole the chips. So shout out to everybody that's out there boosting. You just gotta do what you gotta do out here.
Yeah.
Well, don't steal none. We don't want you to go in jail for stealing some chips.
But it's not stealing if you don't get caught. And honestly, let me tell you something.
Yes,
if you was used to paying like $2, you know what I'm saying, for chips, and you paid for something in the store, you still contributed. You still contributed to society.
I also want you to know it is stealing even if you don't get caught. When you get caught, it's the charge.
That's right.
Yes.
800-585-1051. We're asking, Charlamagne gave Donald Trump donkey today.
Yeah.
We're asking, What do you think his rating is thus far?
That's right. This ain't about me. This is about what Laura Trump asked me on my view on Fox. She asked me, how do I rate Donald Trump's second term thus far?
If you're just joining us, Charlamagne gave Donkey today to Donald Trump yet again.
Yes, because, he's too busy focused on things that don't matter when he should be focused on being the president of the United States of America. He should be focused on, keeping some of these promises that he made to people, like ending the wars, like making sure the economy is booming, like releasing the Epstein files.
Right. We have Tatiana on the line. And Tatiana said she voted for Trump. So talk to us, Tatiana.
Listen here, I'm 26, I'm allowed to make mistakes, okay? But listen, I voted for him off the fact, hey, he's a business guy, he knows how to whip us back in shape. My pockets aren't feeling like that. And let's just say, I appreciate Charlamagne the guy, because who beefs with the president, okay?
I ain't beefing with the president.
You are beefing with the president, sir, but I love it. I'm here for it. Charlamagne,
yes, ma'am.
Keep putting belt to ass, and let's keep him focused.
That's it. I'm just keeping them focused. I'm an American citizen, a taxpaying citizen. I didn't vote for Trump, but the thing that we all got to remember is regardless of who's in the White House, that is our president. That's right. So we should want him to succeed. And if he's doing things that, don't look like they're putting the right success, that's giving us the right success, we should call it out.
And she said she voted for him because she thought that he could whip us back into shape. He's whipping us all right. He is.
Hello, who's this?
It's Jersey Tony from North New Jersey.
Jersey Tony from Newark. What's up? Talk to us, brother.
What's going on, guys? Shout out to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, how do you rate Donald Trump's second term so far, sir?
Second term is the worst thing ever. I think this is the worst political fiasco in American history. This guy doesn't understand that you get more bees with sugar than honey, and he's just having a very bad go at it. His policies, the attack on a certain race of people openly, his continuous lies. At least other presidents had enough sense to lie to us, even though we knew the truth. He doesn't even have that. That decency. And it's like, to be so blatant with, let's just keep it real, the racism, the bigotry, the lies, it's exhausting. And the bad part about it is he had the black community vote at a certain point. He had the Latino vote at a certain point. He just wiped his butt with it.
Dang.
Said, got you. You thought.
Thank you, brother. We have Vince on the line. Vince disagrees with you, Charlamagne. He believes Trump is doing an amazing job.
I'm here for the conversation. What's up, Vince?
What's happening?
How
good, and you?
I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. How do you rate Donald Trump's second term so far, sir?
I feel like this is one of the first presidents that's actually doing what they said they was going to do. Like most people go on their campaign trail, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and they get in office and they don't do none of that. Like he's doing everything he said he was going to do.
Well, no, not necessarily.
I feel like it's right for the country.
Because he said on day one he was going to bring the price of groceries down. He said on day one he was going to bring inflation down. He said that he won the election on one word, which was groceries. I mean, clearly people aren't feeling that relief yet in their pocket.
Well, thank you for calling, brother.
That's your opinion. I'm not mad at it. Listen, I hope those things that he said is true. Right. I want the president to succeed. Why wouldn't I? I'm an American.
But what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is this Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., I will be in Moncks Corner, South Carolina at my 10th annual Back to School Drive in Fish Fry. We got the free backpacks and the school supplies. We got the food trucks pulling up because, if somebody got to take care of people, if our president won't. You know what I'm saying? So this Saturday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Berkeley High School bus loop in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, 406 West Main Street. We're doing it in the evening because, it's hot as hell in Moncks Corner. It's hot as hell in South Carolina, period. So we'll be doing it in the evening this Saturday, August 9th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. My 10th annual Back to School Drive and Fish Fry. So you get your backpack, your school supply, and some food in your stomach. That's the least we can do.
I think the moral of the story also is accountability is key.
Word.
Like, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. And I think that is a question that everybody should be able to answer. How does Trump's presidency affect you? And that's I think the answer should go off of how it affects you and yours, like you and your family.
Like them, love them, if you voted for them or not. Accountability is the key. You should be able to question whoever you want without being attacked. All right. When we come back, we got the latest with Lauren. If she's around, I don't know where she's at now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Lauren.
Lauren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
All right, y'all. So Johnny Manziel has entered the Gilly and Cam Newton chat, and
I don't even know why he did that dumb. I don't even know.
I don't understand.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. So real quick, just a little background on the back and forth. So y'all know Cam Newton and Gilly have been going back and forth because Cam Newton said that Jalen Hurts is not in his top 10 quarterbacks, right? Which is his opinion. It's his top 10 list. But you know, Gilly is the Eagles team at this point. So he took offense to what Cam said, and they've been shooting shots back and forth. Now, one of the shots that Cam took at Gilly was pretty personal. Let's take a listen to Cam responding to Gilly.
Gilly, you posted me on your social story. And Peggy, I got a question to ask. Can you name me one Gilly the Kid album? Can you quote any of his music? But we know Gilly the Kid, not as a rap artist or a hip-hop artist. We know him as a podcaster. We're in the same spaces. So your unpopular pick or your popular pick or the content that you create, Gilly, is the same thing that I do as content creators. So step aside, sir.
Yeah, so...
That wasn't disrespectful. They just throwing shots at each other. I didn't find it as disrespectful. I'm sure Gilly made fun of that he didn't win a ring.
Well, right? He did it. So he did it once prior to this, and then he did it again at his birthday party. Let's take a listen to Gilly at his birthday party celebrating.
Cam ain't never had one of these.
He's holding the Super Bowl trophy.
I ain't going back and forth with you. Love you, Nick. Appreciate you, Jalen. Cam Newton never had one of these. I said Cam Newton never got one of these.
I don't know if the ring conversation applies to the NFL because it's just too many players on a football team for one, player to really have that much impact to lead a whole football team to a Super Bowl. It's not like the NBA where the NBA is like 12 players and 5 people on the court at a time, because so Barry Sanders and people like Calvin Johnson and Cam Newton, these are all-world, all-time great players.
Yeah, but they're just opinions. They're going to take shots back and forth. I don't think it was disrespectful.
Well, Johnny Manziel feels...
Eli Manning got 2 Super Bowls, and he damn sure ain't better than no goddamn Cam Newton.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. It's a team sport.
I know. That's my point.
Well, Johnny Manziel, he got on X, and he didn't like that video of Gilly making fun of Cam not having a ring. He said, yo, Gilly the Kid, you may be the biggest effing loser on the planet. Talking like you've effing done anything on a football field. If I see you, just know I'm going to slap the F out of you.
Now that's too far.
It's like, what, yo?
Now that was too far.
Yes. Then he said, I love $1 million worth of game, but that's the corniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Can't wait for his response. Just set up the rough and rowdy and let's call it a day. Take Jalen's private part out of your mouth. He's talking to Gilly. Out of your mouth for a couple minutes. Pretty sure he's already got a chick. And then Johnny Manziel posted Drake looking at his phone because he's waiting for Gilly's response. Now, Gilly did respond. Let's take a listen to Gilly's response.
Out of all the because you can with Johnny, what the would make you stop at me, man? What would make you stop at that bus stop and with me, Johnny? I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. You had 8 ball of that Johnny. Johnny, what the would make you get up and just say, you gonna slap me? Had to be this right here, Johnny. Because it ain't 1917 no more, Johnny. This is 2025. Fight back, Johnny. The make you think you just gonna slap? Then what you just gonna do? You just gonna walk off about your business, Johnny, and just ain't nothing gonna happen, Johnny. No, we gonna have to put on a bet nap, Johnny, to over and under for how many days you gonna lay in the hospital. And I'm taking 13 and a half days. I'm taking the over, Johnny.
Drop on the clues bomb for Gilly. That's what I was thinking too. Because when people like Johnny Manziel, say stuff like that, do they see the vision all the way through? Like if you can see yourself slapping Gilly, what do you think happens after all of that?
Correct.
Like you think people around Gilly just gonna stand around and let you just walk up to Gilly and smack him and just go on about your business?
That's what Gilly said. Like, what the F you think I'm supposed to do after you slap me? Just stand there.
Johnny ain't never been to Philadelphia. Okay.
Obviously.
Not at all.
And there's a crew of Philly because everywhere in the world. Okay. I don't know. God bless everybody involved.
It was just so random, though.
It was random.
Very random.
Yeah, what's the connection between Johnny?
That's why I thought Johnny was like one of Cam's best friends then.
I think he was upset because he said he was holding the trophy like that, and how you holding the trophy and act like it's yours when you never played a game in your life. That's why I think he was going with it.
Because Gilly is damn near the mascot for the Philadelphia Eagles. He embodies the spirit of Philadelphia. I don't know a bigger Philadelphia Eagles fan. The Eagles have recognized that on numerous occasions. So they bought the Super Bowl trophy to his birthday party.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Well,
that's all you got.
Happy birthday, Gilly.
Today's Gilly's birthday?
No, it was last week. But he's been celebrating for some days.
It's Barack Obama's born day, though.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Barack Obama. Who else you got, Jess?
I was ready to say, y'all just taking all kinds of parts of my job. Zach and Cody, yes. Happy birthday to the Disney stars. They are 33 now. Woo. And Meghan Markle. It's our birthday too, so happy birthday.
All right.
Diverse.
That's the latest with Laura.
Stop that DEI.
Right. Let's get to the People's Choice Mixes, The Breakfast Club. Come on.
I told you stop talking.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Salute to Busta Rhymes. You want to salute Busta Rhymes, right?
Yeah, I wanted to say, we talked about it before, but congratulations to him. He actually got the star. LL Cool J said some dope words about him while he was there. Part of the ceremony. We got the audio. I just wanted the people to hear. It was fire.
Busta was born to do something universal. He's a savior for his family and his friends. I stand here proudly to declare that my brother Busta Rhymes is one of the true greats in hip-hop culture, a truly unique talent, a good father, a good man, a survivor, a thriver. He makes great music. The brother's career is magic, and I watched him come in the game as a young artist and grow to become an OG who never ever allowed himself to be disconnected from the youth. He's a leader of the new school who's become one of the leaders of all schools. His name resonates and reverberates throughout the world. And I'm glad that my younger brother has become a big brother to millions. And I'd like to personally congratulate and welcome Busta Rhymes to the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, salute to Busta Rhymes. I texted him over the weekend, man. He was so happy and so excited. It's well deserved.
Very well deserved. Busta I don't think Busta gets nowhere near as many accolades as he should.
No, absolutely not, man.
When you think about how, creative in the 90s Busta's videos were and how that changed the landscape of videos, period. I ain't just talking about hip-hop. Hip-hop, I'm talking about videos, period. Everybody tried to do dope videos because of Busta Rhymes. So salute to
Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, and Eminem for me. They had the best. Those are the three people I love looking at music videos from.
From the music to the movies he did, just everything that he did. His artists, so.
20 million albums sold worldwide.
Wow.
More than 20 million albums sold worldwide.
Salute the boss.
Yes.
Club, we got 2 weeks left to my car show, August 16th. Salute to everybody that's been purchasing tickets. I can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be the last car show of the season. So if you have kids 5 and under, it's free. There's food trucks, all types of cars. There's going to be bars for adults. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't got your tickets, get your tickets now. Where you at this weekend?
I'm actually off this weekend, but I got a lot of planning for my birthday. For my daughter's birthday, August 20th. She's a Leo. But shout out to Jacksonville, Florida, and all the fans. Duval, yes, and all the fans that came out, man. I am loved on a lot there, and I am sorry for the second day, Saturday, the late night show. I was not able to do meet and greet because we started way too late and I had a 5 o'clock flight, y'all. I'm so sorry. I appreciate y'all for coming out though, and I know y'all was hot in there, and I just apologize and thank y'all for bearing with the venue. Love y'all, Duval. I'll see y'all next year.
How they smell in there?
we ain't even gotta get into it, yo.
Okay.
All right. Now, Charlamagne, this weekend you doing something special at home?
Oh, yeah. This weekend I'm doing my 10th annual back-to-school drive and, school supply drive. Every year I give away a bunch of backpacks and a bunch of school supplies. Salute to my guy, Jehovah, my man, Jehovah. He's contributing 200 backpacks this year. But we also got the food trucks out there. So we're going to have a Jamaican food truck, and my pops will be out there frying fish, and we got the ice cream truck, all types of stuff from 6 to 8 p.m. In the Berkeley High School parking lot. This Saturday, we're doing it in the evening because it's hot as hell in South Carolina. So 6 to 8 p.m. in the Berkeley High School student parking lot. Pull up. Everything is free. We'll see you this Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m.
Amazing.
Dope. And, I ran into somebody from Moncks Corner this weekend when I was at Great Wolf Lodge with the kids. He hopped out the car and He was there with his family. He just said, he tells Charlamagne, he said salute.
What was his name?
I don't remember his name. He told me to, but I couldn't remember. I was trying to get my kids up out of there at that point.
Okay.
But salute to that gentleman, man. All right. You got a positive note?
I do, and it's simple, man. If you're serious about change, you have to go through uncomfortable situations. Stop trying to dodge the process. It's the only way to grow. Have a great week or great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?